What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today, and we are back again for another round of the SRL APAC Season 2. We're here for round number 3 here at the Chinese Grand Prix. There is your championship standings on your screen right now. Warden has got a comfortable 14-point lead over Team Atlantic in second place, New Zealand Ryan in third, and you can see we're down in 13th behind Penske, which I must say is probably not the most ideal place to be, if I'm completely honest, but you see they're just trying to find a bit of a gap there as we've started off our qualifying run here, trying not to cut that last corner, which is you can do around this place, trust me, but you're just having enough room so that Jared could have his lap and then I could have my lap, but got to get it right into this turn 1 section is so critical into the lap, and this fast left 7-8 right-hander probably missed the apex a little bit there, and absolutely went way wide here at turn 9, which probably cost me a little bit as well, but got to get the hairpin right as well as we get that pretty much bang on. Can't really complain, but we're about to finish the first lap here. I wasn't going to just do only the 1 run this time around. I've learned now that some people do 2 or 3 runs, so we put ourselves in P2, which is now P3, obviously, because someone else is, probably a few more guys will join us. But yeah, got a little bit put off there by, I'm not sure exactly, that possibly could have been Jared behind us who was just getting out of the road, but it might have put me off a little bit, or I just went in probably a little bit too deep into turn 1. But yeah, starting lap 3 now, seeing what I could do, whether these tyres have a bit more life in them than what they normally do. But you see we're up a little bit in sector 1. No, we're not too far away from the fastest time anyway, but again, coming through this fast left 7 section, you've got to keep it nice and tight through here now, getting into 8, and just ran a little bit probably too wide there, and yeah, that pretty much just ruined my run big time. So I think the first run was about a 33.4, so I mean, it wasn't all too bad, but I felt like I could go a little bit quicker. Whether I could get into the 32s or not, you know, it's anybody's guess really. I put a lot of practice in for the Chinese Grand Prix anyway for this weekend, to make sure I could keep myself up with the pace. But here's a Pomps for the win, having a big moment, and into the wall he goes. Loses half his front wing. He had an absolute shocking qualifying here at China. Not sure exactly what happened, whether he just didn't have enough time to practice or not. But as you can see now, just taking all the fuel out and putting another set of super softs on. You'll be able to see the sector times coming up very shortly. You see there, down there, and I think, what are we in, P9 or something, so we're fair way off the pace. But teammate Matt's in P10 as well, so keeping fairly close company, I must admit, which is a good thing for McLaren, because we want to get some good points, especially since I've scored most of the points so far. Got all 3 points. But this is the final lap of my qualifying session. I might just leave you on board this lap and let you enjoy a lap around China. So there you go. The lap felt okay. As you can see, I went purple in Sector 1, which I don't think really lasted long, but ended up finishing in P8 in the end with the 33.05. You see there New Zealand Ryan and Warden better their times to take first and second respectively. So congrats to Ryan. I think possibly it's either his first pole or second pole. I've lost track of the season so far. But as you can see, come race time, it was just a little bit wet. And look, I wasn't really thrilled when I saw this happening anyway. But you just see there on the formation lap, I think Neon just gave us a little bit of a touch there, and he actually got disqualified from the formation lap. I didn't even feel a thing, to be completely honest, how I didn't get disqualified from the formation lap. You can see there a few more guys getting disqualified. I was just hopeful to get a bit of practice under my belt. I have a big oversteer moment. Thank God it was only the formation lap, and thankfully it wasn't in the race. I must also point out that I accidentally forgot to put my helmet onto my SRL helmet, so it's actually I'm racing with my AOR helmet. But we're ready for round 3 in China. 5 red lights. Let's do it around Shanghai, and it's an okay start, if I'm completely honest. Just crawling it off the line there. As you see there, someone got a very good start. That was actually neontreedome, but you see Zombie just having a little mistake there, and he actually gets a little touch up from neontreedome. Right up Neon's rear wing there, as you can see there, but going to nudge ourselves. It might possibly be from, I think, Zombie's still in this fight, but Neon has a bad exit, or somehow got tangled up with his teammate HO, but we go 3 wide here coming into turn 4. Managed to survive all that, but here comes Neon down the inside, and we cop a little bit of front wing damage, as you can see there. No, that was actually turn 6, I do apologise, but yeah, it wasn't even there was just the slightest of touches, and it was just enough to get the slightest of front wings. Damn it. I'll get my words out in a minute, but as you see coming into the hairpin, have a massive lock-up, missed my braking arc at big time. I wanted to test out how deep I could go, but as you can see, I probably went a little bit too deep there, and paid for my mistake by losing a spot to Owens, which I felt I probably could have lost a few more spots, but because there are a few guys at the back that didn't have the best of qualifying, including Thompson to win and a few others. But you can see that Owens just runs a little bit wide up into turn 1. Now into turn 2. Still hanging on in there. I'm trying not to let him get away here to see what we can do. Have a bit of a better drive here. I haven't driven in the wet, if I'm completely honest. Did not have any practice at all, as I was not expecting this to be wet, but you can see there the signs are completely gone as we go up the inside here of Owens, up into, what are we, back into P7 for the time being, but just has a better run coming through out of 6 and into 7. But somehow we managed to go side by side through this section here. We're still going side by side into 8. Somehow managed to get through there to side by side, but you see Owens gets a bit sideways there, get a little push and shove out of the way from DRC Jarrett. But I'm not having any of that, so I'm just going to go for a big risky move, and it's not really worked out. Nearly went into the back of Owens there and just lost another spot there to Pomps on a win. So we're back now into 10th place. But as you can see there, I'm just really struggling. I just haven't got quite a grip to the car, as we're still having an oversteer moment. But then we got Michi coming up behind us as well, and there's Penske, and again another one not far behind us. So Michi's still holding it in there. We're going to try and see if we can outbrake him here. Hopefully have a better traction coming out of the hairpin at 14. And it is a bit better traction out of that corner. As you can see there, managed to hold on to P10, but as you'll see here, Pom's one's a bit wide, and I follow him, and I think Michi does as well. So a few of us are following each other's lines there, which is definitely not ideal. Now we've, what are we on now, lap 3. Put up a little bit to Pom's sort of win again. Going to have another look here at the inside. Probably a little bit risky, if I'm completely honest, but I just did not want to lose time to these guys in front, because I could easily, as Pom's runs very wide actually, coming out of 9 and into 10. This could be a little bit of an opportunity. Let's see what we can do up the get a big brake lock up and make a mistake ourselves, actually. So couldn't quite get the run on Poms, but just tell Poms is just really struggling big time as we have a big lock up going into the hairpin there. We've still got Michi up our rear end that managed to hold on again. And again, I think this is going to happen again. Go very wide. Poms goes wide. I go wide. I think Michi went wide as well. So all following in sync, as you can tell. Now we go back to the replays. Here's HO start. Just had to crawl it off the line, really. And as you can see, there's a proximity arrow lighting up. That possibly is Jetson. There he is on the left. He's going to tug the inside here, trying to go up the inside of Tiamat Marnik. There's a little look. Cut doesn't quite have enough, but might actually lose the spot now to Jetson. He has, so not the greatest of starts. And yeah, that explains why Neon actually went a little bit sideways. They did tangle a little bit. Not sure whether HO saw him or not, but yeah, not the greatest of starts for him. Here we go on board with Neon. You see there right up the rear of his teammate. You can have a look up the inside here. Coming out, see if he can get a bit more drive. You can see they've probably got a little bit squeezed for Rune there, as you can see. Now we're on the outside. I think that's Zombie on the left. He may manage to get through, but he dives straight back up the inside. There's probably a little bit of revenge, he said after the race to me, so that was probably thoroughly deserved. But back we go to Jetson, who gets a ton of dirty air and goes well and truly wide coming out of turn 13. He was right up behind Tiamat Marnik, and that's good motivation for HO to just pretty much stroll on by down the back straight. But we're going to see whether Jetson can get him back here at the hairpin. Going very deep. HO covers, locks it up a little bit, but thinking Jetson may have a bit of a crisscross move, but no, manages to hold on. So now he's back up into P4 and can chase after Ben. Excuse me. There's a little bit of sideways action actually coming out of the final corner. It's going to give Jetson the run here actually as we go into turn 1. Who's going to hold on here? HO goes very wide actually, and Jetson goes straight up the inside there, but don't think HO's done. He's going to go back up his inside. Managed to go through there at turn 2. Now into 3. Can he get a bit more drive? Goes up in the 4th very early there. You want to try and avoid as much wheel spin as you can in these wet weather conditions, but I think Jetson got that move done in the end. But here's the replay from Owens on board. You see there, he was right behind me actually, so let's see what happens here. So, oh, he gives someone a bit of a whack there. It's a little bit sideways there, and not sure exactly who that was. Probably may have been Matt. I'm not my teammate. I'm not too sure, but gave him one hell of a whack anyway, and he's lost the spot to Poms for the win. Yeah, so now coming into the turn 4, you can see, okay, that explains why polystyrene is going all over the place, because Zombie took out the side. Look at the run out around the outside, and Owens actually got Poms while I was chatting there, so great move around the outside, and you'll be able to see on this next bit of replay here me running very deep into that corner, and yeah, just Owens slides on by and takes P7 away from me. So fairly simple move there, completely my error of judgment there anyway. But now it's a replay from DRC Jared, who is another one who actually had a shocking qualifying. I don't know what happened there, but he's just had a shocking start. Too much wheel spin. I think Exodona was one that went by. Michi was another one. You can see there's Matt going way off the grass. I think he was just trying to get out of everybody's way because he's a bit lagger. But look at the move up the inside of Exodona from Jared. He's going to see if he can hold it around the outside of Michi. And he's just hold off Penske for the time being. But you'll be able to see all the polystyrene going nuts. So he gets Zombie pretty easily. So he's going to go up the inside here of Michi. See what kind of drive he's got out of this corner. It's fairly decent actually, and Jared actually makes that move pretty slick. Coming into turn 7, now he's right behind Poms for the win. He's going to see what we can do through here at 8. It's right up the rear end. He doesn't want to take out Poms, I don't think, but See what run he can get out of turn 9. Poms does a bit of a terrible run out of 10. He's going to, I think, shove it up inside here at 11. Has he got enough? Still side by side. He gets a little bit sideways, but might do a little bit of over and under there. But Poms has a massive tank slapper there, and that's just easy pickings for Jared. And he makes that move stick, actually. So now back we go again with Penske, the DJR TP17. You see there's someone else had a shocking start. It was one of the Toro Rossos. It possibly was Conrad Strait, but you see that was Katia Foyle. Just having probably outbroke himself in turn 1. He just goes up the inside of Matt. And now he's side by side with Exodono. Tried to get a move done on Jared, but probably Jared had a bit more traction out of that corner. And now Exodono's probably going to have a look here up into turn 6. As you can see, trying to avoid Zombie as much as he can, but probably doesn't give enough room to Exodono, but he probably doesn't matter. It does Penske, but Exodono has a great run out of that corner, and now Penske shoves it straight back up the inside at 7. And gets it done as well, so now back we go again with Michi. Trying to get a nice run as well. You can see Jared just going up the inside of Poms. But Michi does not have the greatest of runs out of that corner, and maybe under attack from Penske here. So go on board with Penske. He might have a look here up the inside at the hairpin. Let's see how late he could go. Maybe try and outbrake him. That was me running wide, I think, at that point. So who's got the better traction out of that corner? Michi has better traction, and that's Zombie right up the outside there. And Penske's having none of this. Shoves him out wide and gets the spot back. So this is on for the minor placings outside the points, but yeah, back we go again with Matt. I mean, okay, that's Exodono running wide at turn 11. So let's see what kind of traction Matt's got out of this corner. And Exodono has a very big tank slapper, very, very big, and actually there's another one that has to use the extension bit. Now there's Conrad Strait, so this is going to be very interesting going into the hairpin. Exodono's blocking Conrad big time, making sure he doesn't go up the inside. Now Matt's going to take full advantage of this. How deep can he go? Has to go very deep, and Conrad's gone very deep as well. Everybody's gone wide. So that's Matt lost out big time there. And this is on board now with Zombie from the start. You can probably tell he got the touch there from neontreedome. How he got the warning there, I've no idea, but that's us on the outside. You just see here there's going to be a little touch there between both the Red Bull boys. And this is very risky for Zombie going around the outside, but just there's no room. Takes the 150, takes the 100. Couldn't quite get the hat trick of taking the whole 150 metre boards, but gave it one hell of a crack, don't get me wrong, but he kept the 50 metre board, so well done, Zombie. You can see that explains why Exodono had that. It was way down the back of the field when we were on board with Matt, but now we're back again with Owens. That was me going up the inside of that turn 6. Now he's got better traction than me, and he's going to go shove it down a gear as we run, trying to get as much traction as we can, but Owens having none of that, trying to hold it around the outside because he'll have the better run. Now back we go with Jared. You see he's just put the nose in. I didn't think he was far enough up, but he was fairly up there from his footage there, but you'll see now we're going to go very deep and exit stage right, and that was a fairly easy move for Jared there, but he might make it 2 spots here. See if he's got better traction. Owens has a big tank slapper as well. So Jared's making a big comeback out of this. Now back we go with Poms for the win. He's right behind Owens and cops a bit of front wing damage for his trouble, but there was a yellow flag back a while on lap 2, and this might explain some of it because Zombie's just really struggling for just traction. I don't know when he's in the wrong gear or not, but he's just got nothing out of those with traction. He's going very, very wide. He may lose it in a second, and he's gone. somehow managed to keep it off the walls, but it's not the greatest start. For Zombie, who actually qualified second back in the last round in Bahrain, which I must point out, if you haven't seen those videos and the first round in Australia, then go check it out. But Poms didn't have the greatest of runs out of turn, that was the 13, but tried to keep it with him, but you see now he dives into the pits very early. So at this point, I didn't realise that I didn't actually realise that he had front wing damage. So this is the pit stop that was going on while I went back in front of him anyway. So I was not expecting this. So Poms' weekend's just going from bad to worse, and now back behind the field. But you can just tell how bad I'm struggling with wet weather. I don't know how long it's been since I've done a wet weather race, but it feels like ages. Just got a shocking run. Probably got on the curb too much. The engineer was asking me to change strategy, but I was having none of that. But basically, from about lap 6 onwards, the gap started to sort of get bigger between myself and I think Owen's in front of me and whoever was behind me. But just trying to get as much as we can. But there was another little slide out of that corner. There's a lot going on in the mid-pack, but you can see it in the replay. Timo Marnix actually had a shocker out of that hairpin, and Jetson didn't quite have enough. You see these next 3 laps, Ben's just really struggling out of this hairpin, and Jetson may take full advantage here. Now, on lap 6 we go. Jetson's going to pull up alongside here into the hairpin. Ben's really locked up here. Does Jetson have enough traction? Not quite. Ben just holds on for the time being, but here back we go to lap 9. Basically just on our own for the time being, because the guys behind, the gap was starting to get bigger, and I could probably tell that those guys behind were starting to battle a lot, but I was just losing time a lot to Owens as well, which wasn't helping my cause. But this is why Penske going down the inside of Mitchie. Doesn't quite give him enough space, but manages to get that position and takes P11. So this isn't even for the points. Yeah, I think this was happening right behind me while that was going back on lap 4, but lap 5 again. And Mitchie goes up the inside here at 6. Tries to squeeze him out, but look at that traction that Mitchie's got compared to Penske. But these two are just going to battle all race. Now Penske gives him a shove up the rear. See if he can get the drive here out of 13. Mitchie's going very wide here, and Penske's using the Tyner line. See what kind of traction they've got. They're going to go side by side here. Well, not technically. They're not really close to each other. Now they are. Now Penske's going to try and get that slipstream a bit more. Just not quite have enough, but he might have enough going up the inside here at the hairpin. See if he can finally get this move done. So Mitchie's still holding on here. Penske does not want to give up the position. Now to the final corner. Penske's going to have to go right around the outside, and he manages to get the spot back. So great job from Penske. Now back on lap 7. Mitchie again has a look up the inside here at 6. Doesn't quite have the traction, I don't think, this time. Well, no, he may have it. I think Penske may have had a shocker out of that corner. This is a great battle. This is the battle for the final point, and these two will probably not want to battle too hard because Exodona is not too far behind, and it won't be. I don't think it won't be too long before Poms will start to catch up to this group, which has got a fair bit of talent here, I must admit. Now Penske got a very late move up the inside here at 11, and he manages to get it done as well. So, but can Mitchie go a bit more drive out of this 12 section? There's a little touch there. Does he quite have enough? These two are just going to side by side every lap, the rate they're going. But down the back straight we go. Mitchie's just quite got enough grunt for the time being, but Penske again's going to shove it down the inside here at the hairpin. See what kind of traction he's got this time around. But Michi again's got the better traction out of that hairpin, but and now he'll just squeeze him out and finally get P10, but it's not over yet because Penske's now under attack from Exodona. I did say it wouldn't be too long. These battles were all happening behind me, so I dare say the majority of this footage will be mainly everybody else's POVs, but Exodona haven't looked up the inside, didn't quite get there. I'd have a crisscross here. He's got enough brunt compared to Penske. Gives him a little bit of a bang actually, coming out of 4. Gets the spot done, but Penske's not going to have any of this. Back up the inside he goes. He'll probably shove him wide again, and does so. And back up into P11 he goes. So it's all on in the midfield. Now back we go to Michi, who's now been caught up again by Penske, but Penske's going to do the crisscross here and might actually get it done, although Michi does roll out of it actually because he is coming to the pits, and that was very close between Michi and Penske. Wouldn't want to get too much closer anyway, but here he is in for another set of inters. He's probably going to go for the 2-stop the rate he's going, but now Jarrett's making a good comeback out of this. The shocking qualifying. He makes an easy move on the neontreedome coming into the hairpin, but Neon has a massive brake failure or something. Slams up the rear of Jarrett, and I think Neon's actually lost his front wing as well. So all that was going on while pretty much on our own. There's more yellow flags there. They're coming onto the back straight. Not sure exactly what happened. I think Neon in the end did have to pit, so that did put him back. As Exodona again gives Penske a little bit of a nudge, but going to hold this line is Penske. I think the drama's going to happen right behind Penske. We'll jump on board with one of the other guys' footage, as you can see. Oh no, that explains it. Why the yellow flag was out. Now this way have all the details of what happens. I'm aboard with my teammate. He's trying to get a good run on Exodona. There's actually a better run, and Exodona has a big tag slapper, and well, nothing really Matt could do there, and it's just an unfortunate error there from Exodona, and yeah, it is what it is. But you see there, this was probably the biggest moment I had throughout the whole race, and God, that was damn lucky. If I'd lost that car, I would have probably be ruining myself. But now you can see this battle for 11th and 12th for Pomps to win and neontreedome. This is going to be on here. The guys that have already stopped, or Pomps has stopped on lap 4, and I think Neon stopped on like lap 7 or 8. So I think Neon may have a bit more fresher tyres, but you're coming out of that long corner before the back straight, and the Neon holds off for the time being, but out of 12 and 13. Now, Pomps may have a go up into the hairpin here. He's got a bit more straight line speed. It's a bit more, well, I would say probably his warmer tyres would help that cause, but up the inside he goes at the hairpin. Runs a little bit wide, but manages to hold on to that spot and get back up into P11. Now, got a fair way to go to catch Zombie, who's way up the road. Not sure exactly how far, but Pomps actually ran a little bit too wide there. Now back we go aboard with Michi, who's, like I said, already pitted, but now he's going to catch up to the rear here of Katia Foyle, who he has had a few tangles with early on in the first couple of rounds, as you may have seen in my previous video, and well, just runs a little bit wide, going inside of Katia Foyle, and made it stick there, but now this battle's on for, I think, 16th and 17th, and these two are still at each other's throats, especially after what happened earlier on. I don't think you can blame. I think Matt was just an unfortunate bystander there, but Exodona goes very deep into that corner, and let's see what Matt's got the better drive. Then Exodona's still there. Gives him a little bit of a shove, actually, and has to run wide. And Exodona does the same thing as well, so the battle is very much on there, but you see there the tyres starting to get a little bit worn, and in the end of the lap anyway, I decided to pit. I mean, it was tempting to do the 2-stop, but in the end, I think I only did the 1-stop, which is okay by me. I nearly did half the race, and I did actually change my front wing to see whether that little damage we got from Neon on the first lap would help, whether my pace would improve at all during this final, the second half of the race anyway. But we dropped back in, I think, in P12 with a bit of space behind, just ahead of Michi and the thing behind Neontreedome, who's still battling away here as we go on board with Palms to the win, who's not had the greatest of runs out of 13. It's not been a great corner. You just got to get the traction right, and you can see that these two are going to go side by side again. I think Palms may just have a little bit more. Neon's still holding on for the time being as we head down into the hairpin. Can Neon outbrake? No. As Palms runs very wide, actually. And can Neon have a bit more traction? No, Palms has still got it. So, fairly easy hold there. And you can see there Jetson coming into the pits. Actually, Tim Atmanik actually got a puncture. You can see down the left rear when he was coming into the pits. So, very fortunate to happen just near the pits. So, another fresh set of intermediates. So you could probably take those to the end for Jetson. But, yeah, Ben just holds on for the time being as well. Now, cut a lap later, his teammate DRC Jarrett's in as well. Made a good recovery after, like I said, starting 12th. He probably dropped a few spots. Probably won't come out behind, maybe, I don't know where he'll pop out anyway. But now Owens is in as well. And Zombie does follow as well. So if you guys have taken their tyres to probably the longest they can be. Another fresh set of inters for Zombie, and away he goes. This is actually going to be a battle here between him and Penske. There's these two, and Penske just holds on for the time being. These two have been having good battles throughout this whole season, and even though they are AOR teammates, they still fight it out hard in other leagues as well. You can see there Zombie just trying to get a good bit of better drive out of that corner and just ran very wide there. But cut to lap 14. We have a big oversteer moment, nearly like what happened on the formation lap, but managed to hold on to it. Heart held in my mouth moment sort of thing, but kept that first warning there, as you can tell, out of that corner. And actually, I think Palms to the Win's actually come into the lane again. Well, it's actually, that might have been actually Neontreedome actually came in, so that put us back up at the P9. Then as we begin lap 17, actually Palms is now back in as well. So it was probably going to be a long haul to get those tyres to the end, but it was a risk, I must say. And I must say I was a little bit worried whether these guys would catch me up later on in the race, but you can just see on the mini-map, we're just basically on our own here. There's more chaos back at the turn 6. It was a brief yellow flag. This might have something to do with it. Now back at ball we go with Zombie, still battling away with Penske. These two are basically inseparable, whatever league race you're doing. These two are just inseparable, but I think Zombie's going to have a look up here on the inside of turn 6. Very late, bomb, and turns Penske around, and that was the end of that. And he actually lets Neon and Palms go. He's actually going to let Penske hold on to the spot there, but you can see on board with the replay. I don't know whether it was enough or not, but Penske just tries to get going as quick as he can. He's lost 2 spots already, so he's what was now in the points is now out of the points. And as you see there, Palms to the win. You see how close they got to Zombie. Thank God he ghosted, because that could have ended in chaos and pretty much summed up Palms' weekend. But you can see there, someone's gone very wide here at the hairpin. That's actually Katia Fall. I was a bit worried he'd come out straight back out in front of me. But he managed to do the right thing, and yeah, as we go on to lap 24, I think the tyres weren't too bad. I was just trying to keep them to the end anyway, but you can see that the gaps are just pretty much stayed stagnant, really. Like I said, I was a bit worried about whether these guys would catch up. But you can see there, Palms trying to get a good run out of there, but actually loses time with Neon. And these two are still going. When is this ever going to end? Zombie's going to have to go right around the outside here at the hairpin. But Penske comes shooting back up the inside. Now Zombie does the crisscross and actually gets the spot now. And as he comes into the final corner, getting lap 23, holds on for the time being, but won't be too long, I don't think, but the lap later actually gets a big whack at the hairpin from Penske. So I don't think Penske was having any of that. But these guys are battling not even for the points. So what's the point, really? As you can see there, how far back he came. Penske always with the big dive bombs, nearly like Daniel Ricciardo. Or it could end up being like Max Verstappen, but I'm not going to say nothing. You can have your own opinions on that. Now, on board we go. Exodona for... Somehow he copped the warning there for running a bit wide and copped the 3-second time penalty, which just see how much he's sliding around there. Back we go again with Poms and Neon, which is the battle for 9th and 10th. More points with either better. Poms is going to have to go up the inside here. Can Neon have a bit more traction out of this corner? Just, I think. So now lap 25, Penske is still under attack from Zombie. I think Zombie's going to have a dive up the inside, and well, the Zombie has a little bit of front wing damage now. Bit of a late move there from Penske, but yeah, what could I say? It was the beginning of second last lap. Tyres was starting to feel it a little bit. I feel like I could safely keep 8th place anyway, but the Zombie's not finished yet. He's going to shove Penske wide here. They're still banging wheels. One of these days, these two are going to tangle. The Penske's having none of this again. Up the inside he goes at the last corner and holds on for the time being. So it's not helping their battle cause with losing time to Poms for the win. But the HO's on here. This battle is only going to have to go right around the outside of Jetson. Just gave him a little bit of room there, but this is effectively for the podium. You can just see there was a yellow flag. I possibly believe that was Exodona as we come down the back straight. He pretty much sacrifices himself, as you can see there. Right at the end of the hairpin. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it in the foreground there. Might be able to watch it back on the live stream. You can catch the live stream every Friday on the Supreme RL F1 Twitch channel. Yeah, as well as you can watch the replay of it on YouTube as well. But we're now setting off on the final lap of the race. Wasn't really anything to gain from P8. Was just pretty happy to settle for this position. But Jetson had a shocker of a run out of that corner. This is good motivation that HO needs, and Jetson's got to cover this inside line here. HO's going to have to go right around the outside here. But can he hold it? Jetson's still hanging on in the inside. There's a little bit of a touch. This is fair racing, I think, between those two, but I think Jetson may just have enough in the end. HO just gives it everything out of the final corner, but not quite enough. Jetson will get in onto the podium. You see there's a whole heap of damaged cars coming out of the final turn, but yeah, very comfortable P8. So you give it a bit of sideways. We're definitely improving the race positions anyway. We've gone from 10th to 9th to 8th pretty much in all the races so far. But this battle with Poms and Neon. Neon has a massive brake moment there, and I'm not sure what happened there. I think he said he just lost all of his brakes, or his pedals were not working or something. But that was P9 effectively for Poms, and I think in the end there, Neon finished in 10th there, but there's the results. New Zealand Ryan won from comfortably over Team Atmanik, and Jetson hold on. Warden, the championship leader, down in 5th. So he just did not have the greatest runs, but there's the championship standings on your screen. gap has come down a little bit. Look at that, just 6 points between the top three, and we're down in P11 on 7 points. So, I mean, all in all, not too bad, but there's the constructors as well. McLaren, well, they haven't really moved much. They're currently in P9, so I dare say me and Matt will be fighting for the lower positions on the grid anyway. But, yeah, that was an interesting race. Probably a little bit boring on my side, but hopefully not for everybody else's point of views. I will leave links to everybody else's channels. You can go watch their point of views. But, like I said earlier, you can watch the replay of the live stream on the Supreme Racing League's YouTube channel. I'll leave a link as well. But that's going to do it today, guys and girls. So if you did enjoy it, be sure to give it a big smash on that like button. Comment down below on what you thought about that race. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more SRL and plenty more league racing footage on F1 2017, plus plenty more video gaming content. And as always, all my social media links are in the description. Come give me a follow. But for the moment, guys and girls, it is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.